Hello everyone, Fluffle176 back again with another guide. Today I'm going to be showing you the basics of Ranarr Farming, which, if done correctly, can earn you a lot of money with a little bit of work. Now, first off, in order to plant Ranarrs, you're going to have to make sure that you meet the farming requirement. 32 farming is required to farm Ranarrs. There are a total of 5 patches that you can plant and collect Ranarrs from. There is one in Falador, one west of Port Palamis, there is one east of Camelot, there is one in Eredrugan, and there is, if you've completed my Arms Big Adventure, then there is one that you can gain access to after that quest. The 4 that I'm going to be doing today are the Falador, east of Camelot, Eredrugan, and Port Palamis. Now, you're going to need 4 seeds, or 5 if you completed the quest, 4 to 5 buckets of super compost, a spade, a seed dibber, a rake, and magic scepters if you've completed the required quest for them. I also recommend having weight reducing equipment, as you're going to need it. First up, I'll be using the cabbage port from the Explorer's Rank 3 to get me close to the Falador patch. Now, a little bit of basics about Ranarrs is they're pretty common in the Herblore skill. They're used for prayer potions, which are one of the main methods of training. They take about 80 minutes to grow unless they're diseased. And using this method, you will occasionally lose a Ranarr, but that's okay because these seeds are pretty cheap. First thing you're going to have to do is weed the herb patch. Then you're going to want to put your super compost, put it on the patch, and then put your seed on. Next up, I'm going to go to Eredrugan. And by the way, there's a couple ways to get to the Port Palamis one. One of those methods is using the Ecto Teleport, but another one is using the Fairy Ring. And the Fairy Ring's actually faster. You're using the code ALQ, or AQL, I'll see you in a second. But you might want to go ahead and get out a Amulet of Glory to get a Falador teleport to take you to one of the Fairy Rings. The Eredrugan patch is north of East Eredrugan. All of these patches, except for the one after my Arms Big Adventure, is a complete patch, meaning it also has the ailments and flowers. Herbs really aren't a great way of training farming, but they are a pretty good method of making a little bit of extra money while making a little bit of experience. If you do this every day as much as you can, then you'll probably be making 250k a day at least, maybe a little bit more depending on how lucky you get. Remember to put your super compost in first so that they'll grow faster and healthier. Plant your seed, and next up is Camelot. I use the teleport because it is a little bit faster to get to Catherby from the Camelot than it is to run from Eredrugan. When you harvest the herbs, make sure to have your magic scepters equipped, or else you won't get the extra herb yield. There are obviously herbs better than this, like the... I did not plant my super compost, oh dear. There are obviously things that are better than the Ranarrs, like I suppose dwarf or spirit weed. But this is a good low-level money-making method, and they don't take nearly as long to grow. This method doesn't make you that much money, but it is something that only requires a few minutes of your time every hour and 20 minutes, so it is a pretty good way to make money, assuming you do it right. Now, if you've started the Fairy Quest Part 2, then you'll have access to the fairy rings. If not, you need to do Ghost Ahoy to get the Ecto Teleport in order to get to this 4th place pretty quickly. Use the code ALQ to teleport you to the Haunted Woods just south of the patch, and just west of Port Plamis. Farmers will not look after your herbs for you, so you either have to wash them on your own, or just take a bit of a gamble and hope that they grow. Since these things aren't that high of a level, you're not really going to have to... Since these things don't cost that much, you're not really going to have to worry about that too much, but it is always a little bit of a downer when you see a plant almost fully grown and it's died. But, like I said, the seeds are a lot cheaper than the actual herbs, so you really won't have to worry about much. And plus, you get a lot of herbs from one seed. Alright, that is all for. I think I've babbled on long enough. I will be back in 80 minutes to collect my herbs. I won't record all of it. I'll record me collecting the first one just to show you guys, and then I'll show you my profit for an hour and 20 minutes. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright everyone, I have made my patch run. It only took a few minutes. I made 20 Ranarrs, and I had one patch die. That patch was one that I did not super compost. Go figure. Now, the thing about Ranarrs and any other crop is that once they're fully grown, they will not disease and they will not die. And the patch from my Arms Big Adventure will never disease or die. 20 Ranarrs, I got 64.7k. That's a pretty good amount. That's about a normal amount. It'd be a little bit more if I got all 4 patches, and even more if I got all 5 patches. You can do this several times a day, and if you're lucky like I did, you'll probably get maybe 250k a day. Alright guys, until next time, I'll see you later. Remember, if you like this video, rate it, comment it, and if you want more content like this, then subscribe. Until next time, bye.